Hey everybody, Ghost Junk here with another Turtle Wow video, and this time it's on the Legendary Quest chain, the Scythe of Elune. As a quick note, this item is extremely difficult to get and is long, extensive quest chain which requires a lot of materials and also completion of the Karazhan 40-man raid. The quest chain starts inside Karazhan 10-man as a very rare drop from Lord Blackwald, who has a 0.85% chance of dropping the Legendary Scythe of Elune. They have recently increased the drop chance to somewhere in between 1 and 2% as of the recording date of this video. Kara 10 has a 4-day lockout, so this can be farmed around twice a week and does not require a 10-man group to defeat him. People have done this with as few as 3, but a 5-man group is more appropriate. The item itself kicks off the quest chain, and the game's lore requires you to purify and attune yourself to it, so get ready for a fun quest chain that feels like a dream and only turns to a nightmare at the very last second. After getting the Scythe, the first quest requires you to slay Claw Lord Howlfang, who will most likely be your next boss if you are doing a normal run of Karazhan 10-man. After that, speak to Lord Ebenlock, located inside Karazhan 10-man, who will start the quest chain. Head over to Duskwood, and on the western side of the zone, Jitters is located near the abandoned inn next to the well. Side note, this is a good callback to Blizzard's actual lore, as he had referenced the Scythe of Elune in the original game as a carrier of the item for a brief time that he believed to be cursed shortly after escaping an attack by Worgen. Next, head to the cave Roland's Doom and go all the way to the back. Spend a few minutes clearing out the area just to avoid any interruptions, and if you can, it would be advised to bring a friend, or if you have a character on another account, to assist you. Locate the bottle on the ground, and a ghost NPC will spawn named Valinda Starsong. After speaking with her and starting the next quest, a Dark Rider will spawn. This is a formidable enemy for a single player. The fight itself will take a few minutes with just 2 characters, but you will be successful after a little bit of time and energy. After defeating the Dark Rider, speak to Valinda again, and she will ask you to seek out Archdruid Dreamwind, located in Nordersal in Hyjal. After speaking with Dreamwind, he will ask you to seek out a book for additional knowledge. That book is in the possession of Nefarian, so you need to slay him and retrieve a burnt copy of Vorgendor. After returning back to Dreamwind, he will ask you to locate a full copy of the book, which is located in Karazhan 40-man, right here on this platform. After getting that book, return to Dreamwind for turning. You'll now need to seek out Archdruid Fandral Staghound in Darnassus, or if you are Horde, Magatha Grimtotem in Thunderblood. Then you'll be asked to gather different types of Worgen Blood from different locations around Azeroth. These are not 100% drop rate items, and you should expect each one to take at least 15 minutes, if not longer, of farming in each location before it drops. You'll need Shadowfang Blood from Worgen in Shadowfang Keep, Dark Pelt Blood from Worgen in Yelneas, and Shadowbane Blood from Worgen in Karazhan 10-man or 40-man. Return to Fandral Staghound or Magatha Grimtotem and turn in the Bloods. They will give you pure Worgen blood for you to give to Dreamwind in Nordersal. The next quest is a lore story for him to share with you in order to help better understand the connection between Worgen and the Scythe of Elune, but I'm just going to click through it. After that, Dreamwind will ask you to slay Keeper Gnarlwing, who is the first boss inside Karazhan 40-man. This will take a full 40-man team, as this is a very coordinated boss and it is a bit of a DPS check. Return to Dreamwind to turn the quest in, and he will ask you to locate a journal in Gilneas. It's located halfway up the tower after you exit the main part of the city at the Harlow Twins boss. After defeating the twins, the journal is on the table behind them. Grab it and head back to Archdruid Dreamwind. The next quest is the infamous Father Lycan, who is essentially the father of all Worgen, and this requires a full raid team to defeat. He is a summonable world boss of the Circle of Power in Hyjal. If anyone in the group who is on the same quest as you will achieve completion. In order to summon Father Lycan, you need the Orb of Vorgendor that you'll receive from Dreamwind when you start this quest. Head to the center of the Circle of Power and locate the Beacon Power. Click on the beacon and Father Lycan will spawn in a few seconds and the encounter will start. This boss is not easy to deal with and was actually very broken when this initially came out, as it took around 60 people to defeat and not 40. Since then, I believe they have adjusted it so a normal 40-man raid team should be enough. Just make sure to pull him way way bad. After defeating Father Lycan, head back to Archdruid Dreamland to turn in. The final quest is a doozy and a half and requires you to collect the required materials. They are not easy to obtain, and this is a warning for anyone who is planning on getting the Scythe of Elune that it will be a massive drain on your gold. You'll first need 20 Mooncloth. This is equal to 40 Fellcloth as well as 20 Mooncloth cooldowns. Then you'll need 6 Eternal Dreamstone Shards. This is a legendary enchanting recipe that drops off of Solnius inside the Emerald Sanctum at a 1.5% chance. To make a single Eternal Dreamstone Shard requires 5 Black Lotus, 5 Fading Dream Fragments, 10 Nexus Crystals, 25 Bright Dream Shards, 25 Arcane Essences, and 80 Living Essences. This means you'll need 30 Black Lotus, 30 Fading Dream Fragments, 60 Nexus Crystals, 150 Bright Dream Shards, 150 Arcane Essences, and 240 Living Essences, and 6 Eternal Dreamstone Shard cooldowns. This is an enormous amount of materials, and if you were to purchase everything off the auction house at the time of uploading this video, it will cost you approximately 500 to 600 gold per shard, meaning you're spending a minimum of 2,500 gold for all 6 shards. To be clear, that is just for the materials cost currently. Right now, the actual making of the Eternal Dreamstone Shard is expensive as hell. Most people are charging anywhere from 600 to 1,000 gold just to make it, and if you were to buy the Eternal Dreamstone Shard off the auction house, it can cost you over 2,000 gold per shard. It is an absolute insane cost of materials at this time, so tread very lightly if you're going to continue down this path. The reason Eternal Dreamstone Shards are so expensive right now is because the cooldown is 7 days, which is an insane length of time, as Arcanite bars are only 2 days, and they are also used for not 1 but 2 different legendary items. The last thing you'll need to do is collect the Soul of the Dreadlord, which is dropped off the last boss, Mephistroth, in Karazhan 40 Man. This on its own is already a difficult feat because Kara 40 is not a pushover raid at all, and many guilds on the server have not gotten it. To give a frame of reference, there are about 80 or so guilds that defeat Naxxramas every week, and only about 8 guilds that have defeated all of Karazhan 40. After getting all that together, you'll head back to Archdruid Dreamland, and he will finally give you a purified and useful Scythe of Elune. Going over this trinket, it gives you 2% spell hit, 2% spell crit, and 40 spell power. Those are just the base stats of this item. The effect the Scythe has gives you a 5% chance to deal 500 to 650 arcane damage, and gives you the Moonlight effect. Your next damaging spell will increase the damage that target takes by 8% for 10 seconds from that school of magic, and that includes holy damage. To put that in perspective, if you were to use Wrath on a target and proc the ability, you would do an additional 500 to 650 arcane damage. Then your next Wrath would increase nature damage taken on that target by 8%. Not only that, but the trinket also has an unused effect, and when using it, a Worgen will be summoned to aid you in battle. It has the ability to increase all physical damage on that target by 2% while it remains alive. This is without a doubt the most powerful item in the game a player has ever received. Furthermore, each individual damage type also has its own unique debuff when you're doing damage to a target. For example, Shadow. Healing taken reduced by 25%. You also lose 200 mana every 1 second and take 150 shadow damage every 1 second. Holy, chance to hit reduced by 3%. Attackers are healed for 150 each time they hit you. Nature. The nature debuff reduces your damage done by 10%, and you take 250 nature damage every time you attack or cast a spell. And there are also ones for all of the other spell damage types. This trinket is absolutely insane. If you had this on a mage or druid, you could easily increase your entire raid's damage by a substantial amount, and it goes in the trinket slot of all places. Scythe even has a cool visual effect, making this the second item in a slot with no visual to have a visual. If you're already playing Turtle WoW, this is a very long but very worth item to obtain on your caster character, and will most likely be a requirement in a raid group if the Grim Batol raid is anything to be taken seriously. Thanks everyone for watching. I had a lot of fun doing this quest chain, and I hope it helps someone out there who is curious about the Scythe of Elune on Turtle WoW. But hey, I'm not designing the game, I'm just playing it. Don't forget to check out my other Turtle WoW videos, and I'll see you in the next one.